Good evening, my YouTube family. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm getting there. I still sound like Snuffleupagus, but I think the distance between me, the camera, and where all of you are, I think can be considered to be safe social distancing. Alrighty, you know what time it is? It is me time. I've been up in the shop all day, underneath the hood of my car, polishing and polishing and polishing. And don't get me wrong, I love that job, but it's very time consuming. And spring, tomorrow's May 1st, spring is right around the corner, and I just cannot wait to get my car out. I've already got my two first bad burns of the season. Silly me. What was I thinking? I so know better than this, but I stuck my hands down by my hot headers and bzzzt. So yeah, ouchie, ouchie. Alrighty, everybody. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. It's already evening here on the East Coast, but I am here and I've got a brand new Dollar Tree haul to share with all of you. Every single item in this video, a buck and a coin. Every single item from this video came from the same locations throughout the Hudson Valley. That's in the state of New York because that is where I am. I've got my tissue, my emotional support pickle, a drink. I think I'm all set to rock and roll here. I cannot believe tomorrow is May Day. May 1st. I remember when I was little. Do you remember the little pint containers that strawberries came in? It was just a little green container. What we would do back in school is we would take that green container, and because it had like a lattice around it, like we would take ribbon and run ribbon around it and then make it all ribbon all the way around it, put a big bow on there. And then we would put some flowers in there and we would put them on the front porch and ring the doorbell for our mom to answer. Does anyone else remember that? Unfortunately, what I used to do is because my mom, being from England, English gardens are like huge. Their front yards are just as gorgeous as their backyards. So my mom had every flower you could imagine. So I didn't want to go and pick flowers from my mom's garden, so I did it from the neighbor's garden. Of course, I was just small now, remember, but I would fill it up and then put it on the porch for my mom and ring the doorbell. So does anyone else remember May Day? Alrighty, so let's get into this Dollar Tree haul together, everyone. Some new fun finds, some items here that were definitely on my wish list as well. So we're going to get into a few things with the doggies. All right, this is by a company called Spot. And these are Bam Bones Plus. It is a chew toy for your dog, and then you can add a treat inside the toy. If you look these up online, these are rather expensive in some of the shops. So I like to not only get things for Miss Mia, but I also like to get things for the shelter down the road. So I grabbed this, which is in a pretty cool shape. And like I said, you can put the toy bone in there. You could put a chew thing in there, a real treat in there. It's depending on what you would like. They also had another one by the same company. This is Bam Bones as well, but this one has a peanut butter flavor in it, which should be very interesting. It's got all these little nubs and things on there for puppies chewing and teething. It does indicate that it's for doggies under 25 pounds, so that's going to exclude Miss Mia for sure. One other great find that I found in the dog section, and this just kind of is following along with all the different big size containers of dog bones that we've been finding. This is by the company Purina, which is a brand name. They're saying this is for small to medium dogs, but to be honest, I tend to go with the smaller treats for Mia only because she doesn't need a big one all the time. And a lot of times I'll give her a piece of fruit or a vegetable in lieu of a treat because that's just healthier for her. But this is Purina Dental Life Plus Digestive Support. Helps support a healthy gut and microfoam. 8 daily dog treats. There they are right there. If you were to look these up online, way more than a buck and a coin. These have an expiration date of September of 2025, and that is probably the reason why we're seeing them at Dollar Tree. But I did pick up 2 bags because I'm going to share them with the puppies down the road. All right, so that's it for puppy dogs. Over in the where you get like your crossword puzzle books and stuff like that, I know I am no spring chicken anymore, but I still enjoy coloring. It's an outlet for me. It's relaxing for me. It's no different than I think anyone that draws or anything like that. But anyways, this is by the company, which I love. It's an all-woman owned company. They do so many pretty stationaries, and they just go, in my opinion, above and beyond by putting added things on their stationery that they really don't need to. But they, the company's called Crown Jewels, but they also do Crown Jewels for kids. So this is the Crown Jewels for kids. It's also, besides being woman-owned, it's also made in the United States. This here looks so fun. It's Funny Foodies. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is just too cute. So I did. I picked it up for myself. And yeah, I enjoy coloring. I just think some of the patterns in here are just too fun. Look at the hot dog. There's just so many fun things in here. And you know what? If it makes me smile, that's all that matters. If someone wants to come along and say, how old are you and you're coloring in a coloring book? First of all, they'd be like across the room in no time. But that's just me. Okay. Also, let's go over by stationery real quick. I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, these are just too cute. They're made by the company Jot. You're going to get 2 in a package, and I love these envelopes. They're called button envelopes. You get 2 in a package. Oh my gosh, do you see those balloon doggies? So I have used these pouches before. I love them. They're waterproof. If you're carrying around documents or even not, say you have a sticker collection or you do a yearly file of all birthday cards for all your family and friends or things like that or anniversaries. So the month of January, you get all your cards for everything that's going on in the month of January for everybody, without, with exception of things that may pop up. And then you do the same thing for February and March and so on and so forth. Why not use one of these envelopes? They are wipeable because they're made of plastic. They have a nice, secure snap-on here. Love these. They fit your paperwork. I just feel like when you're doing something fun, why not make your desk fun as well? This is great if you collect stickers. Put your stickers in here. Put all kinds of things in here. Basically, you're going to get 2 envelopes. So the first size envelope is, if I round it off, it's 14 by 10. The second envelope is 9.5 by 6.25. Look at how cute this is. Now let's think about coupons. If you still do coupons and things like that, or save your receipts, what about putting your fun receipts in this? How cute is that? I love this. I thought this was so fun. So I ended up picking up 2 packages because I'm going to use these like immediately. They did have some other designs. The other designs were just as cute. But as soon as I saw the balloon doggies, I was like, oh yeah, no, I got to have those. I totally got to have those. All right, let's go over to a few things. These actually, they were hanging all over the store. They had them by the checkouts. They were just like all over the place. It's called USA Pride, and you're going to get 3 in a package. They're called Buggy Beds, Mosquito Repellent Bands, Advanced Formula, Child Safe Friendly, Plant-Based Formula, one size fits all, lasts up to 300 hours. All right, so, from my young days to what they use now, all kinds of chemicals and things have changed for repelling mosquitoes and bugs and so on and so forth. And you kind of just have to leave it up to people, just do your own thing. So for me, I'm thinking, okay, so as long as these don't cause anybody to itch, cough, sneeze, or, have any reactions, great. If they don't last all that long or work all that great, okay, but you know what? There's still 3 bracelets in here. And the kids love that kind of stuff. So, going to the track strip and stuff like that, and when you want to kind of have different things on. So I grabbed a couple packs. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope they work. As long as they don't, like I said, make anyone itch or anything, I think these are still kind of fun to have around. So I just grabbed a couple packs of them. And again, they're like all over the store. All right, over to a few sweets and treats. I did pick up, they had this big display of all this stuff with like red, white, and blue for 4th of July, Memorial Day. So I fell into the trap.
but I do enjoy these treats as well. So this is Red, White, and Blue Sour Patch Kids, and this is the 3.08 ounce box. They also had, which wasn't really red, white, and blue, but they had them all filtered in the same display as this. And these are the Swedish Fish, which I absolutely love. This is a 3.5 ounce box, so completely two different sizes there on your sweets and treats. I also picked these up, and I've only ever seen these at Dollar Tree in the sugar-free version. This is the first time I've ever seen it in the regular, and these are the Stork, which is a brand name, 2.65 ounce of caramel coffee hard candies. Now, I'm real, I guess the first word that comes to my mind is pissy when it comes to my coffee flavors and candies and stuff, so I'm interested to see how these taste. Right now, my taste buds are coming back, but they're not 100% yet, so to really give an honest opinion if I like them or not would be way too soon for me to really tell, so I'm not even going to go there. All right, let's go over to the beauty department. Oh my gosh, I said department. I was doing so good, too. Alrighty, over in the beauty aisle, so many things coming out. You know, we're spring is on at this point. Shoulders, shorts, crop tops, you know, our nails, our toes. So everybody's getting a little bit more fancy. These are by the company called Pretty Mini. And it is for kids or someone who may have smaller nail beds. You're going to get 10 pre-glued artificial nails, no glue needed. However, if you feel you need glue, you can add it if you want to. Here's the first package. Let me get it in and get the glare off for you. Do you see the strawberries on there and the fruits? Absolutely adorable. And because they are a bit smaller, they're for smaller nail beds, like I mentioned. Or you may just have smaller hands. The next one here is also Pretty Mini. Again, it's going to come pre-glued. Look at those beautiful hearts. Gorgeous. Two other pairs to share with you. Same company. Once again, it's on the smaller finger size. Those are adorable. And then this one, I was like, oh man, why can't they have this for bigger people's fingers? Because this is like cotton candy to the max. I absolutely love this. I can only imagine how that much would cost at a salon getting your nails done. Because, you know, for every different color and every time they have to switch up stuff, it's more money. All right, so I had been on the hunt for everybody that's hauling these, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to find them. I'm never going to find them. I finally found them. The Be Pure highlighters. I was like, oh, yes. Now, I only found two different colors. I have no idea how many colors there are. I found two, and I was all good for that. The first color is champagne. So we're going to open this up together. I love the shape of the packaging. Are these going to be a dupe for something? They might be. I'm not sure. You know, I don't really want to go there because I don't really like to compare things too much. Only because someone's going to say, oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay. These are just my opinions and only my opinions. All right, here it is out of the package. Super cool. Love the sleek design. So I'm hoping this is a cap. Oh yeah, and there's that beautiful little safety seal. Just like if you have a deodorant, it gives you that little plastic cap right there, which is awesome. All right, how do we dispense it? We roll it right there from the bottom, which I'm going to give it just a little bit and bring it up top. And it looks like there it is. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give it a roll right here. I don't want to go too thick, but then again, I want you guys to be able to see it, and absolutely you can see it. Beautiful. Now, obviously, I would blend that in, but a very pretty color. Again, that one is called Champagne. I did find another one. Where is it? And it is called Golden. We're going to get into this one as well. We're going to compare the two together. I'm pretty sure these are going to fly. Because when I checked out with them, the cashier said to me, oh my God, you have those? I'm like, well, I don't have them. You have them. I said, until I pay you, I'll have them. But she had a good laugh about it. So here is color number 2. Same type of packaging. Same time of protective seal. We're going to crank this one up just a little bit. There's our actual color. And I'm just going to give it a swipe right next to the other one. And there we go. Huge difference between the two. You can see we've definitely got some more gold going on here. Here we've got some more whitish of a highlighter. But I'm sure after blending them in, there's that first one. Gorgeous. I'm going to blend the second one the other way. And look at how beautiful my age spots look, right? So definitely have some color going on there. Again, I'm sure they're going to fly. They also have some blushes out. I was very, very fortunate to score a couple of those as well. I do have some other things that I want to share with all of you, but you know what? I don't want to stretch the voice too much. So I'm going to end this video for now, but I do have some other things that I want to share with all of you. I'm going to give you all a sneak peek. Have you guys seen some of the new lipsticks by Clean Color? Who doggy? All right, everybody. I so enjoyed this me time with all of you. A big hug from me to all of you. And until next time, thank you all so much for watching. I made it without a cough or a sneeze. Whoo, doggy. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you May 1st. Until next time, bye for now.